Welcome to this Warhammer Worlds episode. Another terrain walkthrough for you here, just to briefly show you the setup, how it's been done for our games of 10th edition Warhammer 40,000. So we'll go with the foundation and then work our way through to the finishing touches, and then you can replicate this for your own games of Warhammer 40,000. So first up's the foundation, really important part of your board, and that's the battle mat. Battle mats are great, they come pre-cut, pre-designed, all the colouring has been done for us, just roll them out and use them, and you're going to get the same quality that we have here, so you're going to get this exact design and the same quality coming through. So the other great thing is nice and quiet for rolling dice, it's that like mouse mat material, figure friendly as well. If your models fall over, they're not going to get damaged so easily on the softer surface. So battle mats are a great job. This one is actually a double-sided mat. It's 60 by 44 inches in size, so perfect for regular games of 10th edition. And it's Lost World printed on one side, and then the Nexus Zone printed on the other. And both sides are marked up with all of the deployment zones for the current mission deck for 10th edition. So it's going to give you all the deployment zones. They're finely marked by these neon green lines. It's giving you inch markings as well, which is really useful for placing your objectives and also checking the objective hasn't moved during the game. So if your objective is 8 inches in, you go to 8, and then if it's 10 inches up, then it's there, and you can just triangulate that and place your objectives. So it's very useful for that. Great for your deployment zones, and also during the game you'll need to know what's no man's land, where the deployment zones are, things like secondaries for getting units wholly within certain areas of the board. So they're all marked up for you. At the center of the table is marked up just by that faint green dot, and so that's going to give you all the markings that you need for your games. They're really good, especially when playing like league battles and we want precise measurements, and it saves measuring and checking and arguments as well, because you can see clearly who's over the line or not during the game. So double-sided mats are great. You're getting really good value. You're going to get two designs in the one. They roll up nicely, they store away really well. You get a free carrier bag, zip bag, that you can use to store it and also to carry it around. It's got carrier handles on it as well. So they're great for transporting around if you're going somewhere to play a game, such as a club or someone's house to play. So the battle mat gives us our gaming surface. I'll leave a link for this mat below in the video description. You can get it in like 6x4 if you want. You can get it single-sided as well. You can get it without the markings if you don't want the markings. That is an option also for these mats. So link below. There's also a discount code, 11% off. So you get 11% off this mat. And also, if your order comes to over £300, I think the offer's still running. An extra 5% off will be applied at checkout to celebrate the new website coming through for gamemat.eu. So then we're going to try and build the table up. So I'm using the Fallout Zone terrain, and I've got two sets here. So two sets, roughly one set from gamemat.eu will fill out half a board. So two sets will fill out the table. I pretty much, I have filled out the table. I haven't used really any terrain from anywhere else. So two sets has completely filled out this board very generously. So in that set, you get one large two-story terrain piece like this. It's big enough. You get two of these medium-sized ones. You also get three of these lower ruins. Then you also get this larger structure. There's one, there's the other one. Real good design on that. And then you also get some extra accessories. You'll see it when you see the photograph of what you get inside that terrain set. And I've combined the two together to fill out this board. So it comes pre-made, pre-painted. Just take it out of the packaging and use it. I have made some slight modifications with this, just really with some spray paints. I was looking at the colours on this mat, and then I've tried to bring them into the standard grey colour scheme here. So I used some brown spray, actually some green spray. You can maybe pick it up there, the green tone running through, just to bring in the green colours that's seen on this mat, to try and get the terrain to match in with the battle mat as much as possible. Then had some good fun with some watery green and yellow paint, making this a more neon toxic kind of colour. It's painted green for you, but I've made it more toxic looking, just with some watered down green and yellow paint, just to get it to flow in nicely and match in with the neon that you see on the mat. On camera, the two colours look quite different, but visually, from what I can see here, they're very close to each other, but the colours are coming out slightly different on the camera. So I'll leave a link for that terrain set as in the video description below. The discount will apply to that as well. And you can go for like one set if you want and combine it with other terrain, or you can go for 2 sets to fill out the whole table. Then ready to finish the board off is accessories and finishing touches. So plenty of Minotaur armor containers. I've got some mesh walkways. There's a square one there. There's other longer ones that stretch nicely between the buildings and terrain. Just adds an extra dynamic to your games. So those, along with these posters, these propaganda posters, like an AdMech style one there. That is a tutorial. I'll leave a link for that in the video description below. These are scratch built. You can make them yourself. They're quite fiddly, but once you have them, you can use them over and over again in your games, and they just can span gaps and so on. They're a great accessory to have. Then pipes there from Games Workshop. Just replicating the pipes that you can see on the terrain, so the two match up really well. There's a few tank traps and barricades there from Games Workshop. And then another nice feature to add is to take a vehicle from, because we're going to play Salamander's Leviathan, I think, on this game. So we're taking a vehicle from another faction and just turn it into a wreck. And it just adds a real nice 40k feature onto your board. So adds a gladiator tank destroyed, and I've done that just with some teddy bear fluff, which I've sprayed grey. And then I've made these customized burning vehicle markers, which there is a tutorial for that on the channel to guide you through how those are made, but they're very easily done. It just adds a real nice sort of battlefield 40k theme to your table. And then the final finishing touch is stone scatter and accessories. So spare bits from terrain projects. These are Games Workshop from one of their terrain sets. These are offcuts from other Games Workshop terrain sets. Vehicle pieces, I think that's from the Astra Militarum. Spare bits from when I was constructing the walkways. Just cut those up, spray them up silver or grey, put some brown and rusty washes on them, and then just scatter them in areas across the board. It just adds that realism. There's a spare las gun there. Just spray it silver, rust it up, and then scatter those across the table as a recruit rifle. But little things like that just really make all the difference, I think, just giving you a real nice theme. And it's an easy touch to do. I just sweep them all up, put them in a bag, add bits to it as time goes on, and just use those as general scatter on our boards. And I've gone for grey and rusty tones with this, just to match in with the theme of the board. So that's the Warhammer Worlds episode. Nice sort of abandoned AdMech war zone across here. Keep a lookout for more videos in the series. Do make use of the links below, and don't forget to use those discount codes as well for gamemat.eu. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.